Despite being the #1 contender at lightweight based purely on his wins, Tsarukyan has found himself in a strange position with the UFC. Instead of preparing for a title shot, he has been forced to stay active outside the promotion, almost as if he's building a second fighting career while waiting for his next opportunity. The situation dates back to January when Tsarukyan was scheduled to face Islam Makhachev in the main event of UFC 311. Less than a day before the fight, he was forced to pull out. Since then, his relationship with the UFC appears to have cooled. UFC President Dana White has suggested that Tsarukyan may not even be next in line for the winner of the interim title fight between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje, which is set to headline UFC 324. For a fighter who should be knocking on the door of a championship opportunity, that uncertainty has changed everything. Rather than sitting on the sidelines, Tsarukyan chose a different path. He stayed active by competing in grappling matches, keeping himself sharp while waiting for clarity from the UFC. Between his November fight at UFC Qatar and his next scheduled bout, he will have competed in 3 grappling matches. Since that January withdrawal in Los Angeles, Tsarukyan has remained busy, even if not inside the Octagon. Before returning to MMA against Dan Hooker at UFC Qatar in November, he took part in 3 grappling bouts. Among his opponents were well-known names like Patricky Pitbull and former UFC champion Benson Henderson. After defeating Hooker, Tsarukyan didn't slow down. He booked 3 more competitions, all taking place before the middle of January. His first match was a win over Mehdi Baidulayev. He then faced middleweight Shara Magomedov in a grappling contest that ended in a draw, despite Tsarukyan delivering a strong performance. His intense stretch of competition is set to conclude on January 10th when he competes in Real American Freestyle Wrestling against Lance Palmer. Even with all of this activity, Tsarukyan has made it clear that his eyes remain on the UFC. He has said he is willing to weigh in as a backup if anything happens to derail the Pimblett vs. Gaethje fight. Tsarukyan has also explained why grappling matches allow him to stay so active. In his view, the mental and physical demands are very different from MMA. Speaking with Red Corner MMA, he described grappling as something that doesn't bring the same level of stress or risk. He explained that when he competes in wrestling or grappling, his heart rate doesn't rise the same way it does in MMA. The main reason, he said, is simple. There's no risk of getting hit in the head. According to Tsarukyan, wrestling is something he does every day. It feels natural to him, and because he loves it, competing frequently doesn't feel like a burden. MMA, on the other hand, is a completely different challenge. It comes with more responsibility, more preparation, and far less room for error. In MMA, one mistake can change everything. In wrestling, he says a mistake is not a big deal, it's just wrestling. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below.